Am I the a-hole for being brutally honest with my friend about why women don't like him? Yes, this is a long post, but it's a long story. Hear me out. My friend, who I'll refer to as Nathan, 25M, has had horrible luck with women for a very long time. He does have a bright future ahead of him though in regards to career. He's just graduated college last year and is currently in law school. However, he's been homeschooled his whole life, and does all his college courses and law school online, not in person, which leads me to this next point. He's never had a girlfriend, never been out on a successful date, is still a virgin and low-key, doesn't have many friends in general either, so his social skills are really underdeveloped. His only real socialization was with older people, parents, grandparents, fellow elder people, and me, met through family friends, so he was kind of raised very sheltered and doesn't have anything in common with anyone his own age, let alone women his own age. To top that all off, he's been nothing but super focused on school and being the best student he can be, so grades were his #1 priority during his developmental years, which there isn't anything wrong with that. However, he never took a break to live life or have any experiences in life. Nathan has had multiple girls his family introduced him to starting in 2021 all the way till now, and they've been trying to get them to give him a chance, but they end up just not liking him. I really hate to not be on his side and support him through his constant rejections from multiple girls, but it's gotten to a point where all these girls have the same complaints about him. Nathan's about 5 feet 2 inches and body-wise, very skinny/petite built. He is also starting to bald, and has no bodily strength whatsoever either. He starts shaking just from holding a grocery bag. I hate to sound rude, but the truth is the truth. He is built like a little girl and has the hairline of a father of 3. While I understand height can't be changed and not necessarily his hair either, he can at least start working out and possibly add some weight/muscle to give him some manly appearance, so I mentioned him doing this with me in general conversation with him. Whenever I go to the gym, I tell him to come join me as a hobby or just to be my gym buddy. He declined numerous times, and the one time he did go, he struggled lifting a 10 pounds weight, so he stopped going. Okay, whatever. The way Nathan dresses is very grandpa vibes, tucks in shirt, dress pants/slacks and dress shirts on an ordinary day, etc. I asked him why doesn't he dress more comfortable every day, like a jogging outfit, a hoodie, some jeans/sweats, and that he should wear sneakers instead of Freddie Benson dress shoes every day. He doesn't think anything's wrong with how he dresses, and he wants to look professional since he's gonna be an upcoming lawyer one day. I explained to him lawyers dress in suits and ties, not tucked in button-up flannels, and they also don't dress like that every day either, just when they're on the job. Sadly, he wasn't having it. Then it finally hit me, it's his damn personality, or the lack of it. See, I'm not trying to talk down on him, but if we're gonna go by objective reality, he has the personality of a brick. I've seen with my own 2 eyes how he talks to girls, how he acts on dates, etc. He cannot make a conversation to save his life. He is not funny either, and has 0 charisma. He's a literal mute on all double dates and one-on-one dates he's been on, and it's so painfully awkward to watch. It's not like the girls aren't trying either. I've managed to get him dates, however they go nowhere due to his sheer lack of confidence, personality, or interest. When he talks to a woman, it's like all that he knows how to talk about is just school. And if it's not school, it's just radio silence. Or some shit that only boomers would understand or care about. I've also noticed how every time him and I go out somewhere, and I'm not sure if it's due to his size, he is scared and flinches whenever people walk past us, and he's always afraid that doing anything or going anywhere fun or interesting is too wild or dangerous for him. AITAH concerts, bars, amusement parks, etc. So I did it. He whined and whined, kept being full of bitterness, complaints, and negativity, talking bad about women and saying they never want good men and they only want players or good-looking tall guys. So I ended up telling him straight out that the reason he doesn't get anywhere with girls is because he's a dork. I told him I don't care if he's a dork since I'm not the one dating him, but that girls crave excitement, fun, or at least someone they can talk to about anything or have fun experiences with, etc. I told him he refuses to change anything physically about himself, and to top it all, if he won't even make himself at least interesting or fun to be around, and he is completely dull. That is why he can't pull or keep. He then got mad at me and accused me of picking on him and making fun of him, and that I'm holding his life circumstances against him, no public schooling/socialization, to which I told him I am not and I wish I was just saying nonsense, I am telling him the truth. I explained to him that his lack of social skills and appearance isn't necessarily his fault. However, if someone's giving you advice on what's stopping you from getting where you want to be and how to change it, you should take that advice and quit complaining and just thinking everyone should accept you as you are because newsflash, we all have flaws. I told him that if he wants to get somewhere with girls and not have constant competition, then he needs to have something to make up for it, because there are plenty of lawyers and future lawyers in the world, and simply saying I graduated college isn't gonna make somebody have a connection or attraction to you. He told me I'm jealous that he's getting somewhere in his life academically, and that other girls are the problem for not seeing his worth and future success, and that if that's not enough for them to be with him, then they're the ones not good enough for him. I have not talked to him since then, and I refuse to associate with someone who thinks I'm jealous of them for giving them constructive criticism to a problem they constantly complain about. My dad is saying I'm right, but also that it's probably an insecurity on his part and I should apologize and try not to be too hard on him. I feel like I shouldn't be friends with somebody who can't ever see what's wrong with them or accept their flaws without crying about it and blaming others though, because that's just plain toxic to me. Am I the a-hole? Update: sad face 3 days later. I just wanted to say that I got in contact with Nathan and apologized to him for being too harsh towards him. I tried explaining to him that even though I was harsh, I was just frustrated and trying to help him since I figured he'd needed someone to be blunt with him, but it wasn't my intention to hurt his feelings or anything. I made sure to express that I do care about him as a person and just wanted to guide him since he seemed lost in the world of dating. He didn't really accept my apology, told me that I'm on the path to being a broke loser bum because I'm in a different field than him, and he has decided that everything I told him was just out of jealousy and that he thinks, and I quote, he is owed the highest form of respect for being a good man who is a future legal representative, and since I wasn't giving him that we should stop being friends. He also attempted to tell me that I should watch out from disrespecting him because in the future my life will be in his hands and he'll have the power to put me in jail. I assured him that jealousy and the highest form of respect definitely wasn't the case, lol, but if that's how he feels then so be it. At least I know I tried and did my part. I also wanted to answer some questions I seen people leave under the OG post for some clarity. Yes, he is 5 feet 2 inches. Yes, he is very skinny and small. Every physical attribute I've mentioned and described is real. Some people thought I was over-exaggerating or just straight up lying, but I am not. For those asking how is he doing college/law school online, he was studying online classes at University of Florida. As for law school, I know which one he is doing, but I won't say for privacy purposes. As for why he's been doing nothing but home/online his whole life, it's because his parents are really overprotective of him. They were consistently worried about school shootings, kidnappers, etc., even to this day. For those asking if his family's religious, yes they are. However, mine is too, and many others. This has not stopped anyone from growing into a different or better person, nor has it caused me or anyone I know, besides Nathan, to have a one-track mind. For those asking if he is autistic, he isn't diagnosed, so I don't want to say yes, but does he exhibit signs of severe autism? Yes he does. The lack of social/self-awareness was a clear sign for me, but I don't want to label him that if I'm wrong. For those who mentioned how he plans to be a lawyer with no talking/social skills, I mentioned this to him during our last conversation. I told him forget about women, and politely explained that he also needs to improve his communication and social skills if he plans to be a lawyer, because without that he isn't gonna make it very far. He told me he's got it all figured out, and as long as he gets that degree, that's all he needs to be ultra successful in law. I told him that's not how it works, and you quite literally have to be slightly manipulative and convincing in order to make a name for yourself, because what good is your degree if you suck at actually performing your job? He once again tried to tell me that I'm jealous and don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, after all that, I've accepted that our friendship is over and I'm not sure where he's gonna land in the future, whether in regards to romantic relationships or his actual career. And I was also the only friend he had, so I do wish him the best and hope life doesn't humble him to the point of no return. I don't think he's a bad person, just out of touch with reality, and I hope that doesn't backfire too harshly on him. Like and follow for more.